Ash here coming at you today, Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. I'm glad to have you here chilling with me for a little bit, talking some Raid Shadow Legends. I want to be clear, this video is not going to be a rant video. It's not me complaining about the game per se, but me really coming clean. A few videos ago, I mentioned that I had one big thing that I really feel is going to be instrumental to the success, the long-term success of Raid Shadow Legends. And let's face it, at least I've said this here on the channel before, most of you seem to agree. We might be biased because this is a Raid Shadow Legends YouTube channel. I mean, freaking A. My avatar is the laziest YouTube avatar of all time. It's just the game icon. I always meant to change it, and then one day I'm like, you know what? If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
You stole it! You stole my idea!
So anyway, guys, it's not a rant video. I love Raid Shadow Legends, man. For all the complaints that we have about this game, I still think it's the best in the category, the best in kind of the gacha category. Think about it, man. When I started playing this game, when I started playing this game, 2019, right? I remember seemingly every week, maybe every month, every other month, there was a raid killer out there. I don't know, the Dragon Champions, Dragon Heirs, Dragon Arthur, Dragon...
Surprise, motherfucker.
Everything had dragons, I remember, right? And no offense to any of those games. I'm sure some of them are good, some of them aren't, right? But it feels like they come, and then 6 months later, nobody's talking about them at all, and they're on to the new game, and nothing kills Raid. We're still here, right? And it's really testament to this, how great the fundamentals are in Raid Shadow Legends. However, we're around like 4 or 5 years into this game's lifespan. I think this is a very, very important kind of point in any game's life, right? It's really, is there going to be another 5 years? Another 10 years? Is this game going to be a forever game out there? Look at like MMORPGs, different genre, but like some Diablo 2 players still playing, right? EverQuest still going strong here, 20, 30 years after the inception. World of Warcraft, right? Clash of Clans, talking about like more mobile titles, is on year 12, Clash Royale, 7 years in. So again, different categories, summoners who are over 10 years, right? So it can definitely be possible for Raid Shadow Legends as well. And I really hope it's the case, because honestly, I'm not looking forward to putting my money and my time into another game like this. That's for damn sure.
I'm going wherever they value loyalty the most.
Anyway, there's one big thing that's been on my mind for a while, and I really, 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 truly hope that if Plarium's watching, which I know you are, Plarium, I really hope that this resonates with them. Somebody who's a decision maker says, you know what, you're right, Ash, you're right. Listen, I'm in this industry. I market for mobile games all the time. I know it's so formulaic, especially nowadays, right? These companies, they put, okay, let's say $2.5 million of marketing into the game, maybe $1 million in development of the game, and then they're gonna get $4 million and they move on to the next game. I'm not saying that's what Raid is, that's what a lot of these competitors are. And again, I'm seeing it all every day. I see all the numbers, right? Like, we do this for a living. We help these games market. I see everything, and a lot of times it's way more than $2.5 million of marketing. Sometimes it's upward of 10, 20, $30 million over time. Depends on the lifetime, but it's all formulaic. It's all about how much money can we get out of these players, and then we'll move on to the next game. Raid hopefully can break that mold. To some extent, it already has, right? To some extent, Raid has already outlived a lot of other games in the genre, almost all of them, right? But what do we really need for this game to continue? I'll tell you what we don't need. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't need them, meaning that like get rid of them. I'm just telling you that I listened to a few videos now with Jay Giggs on his channel. I listened to a Jay Giggs interview on Murder Inc.'s channel. I've listened to other Raid content creators who've stopped covering the game. I think it was Chosen and Ivy Lee talking about her leaving the game. I hear from you guys who are either taking a break or stopping playing the game. And to me, there's one solution, if you will, that I think would appease a large portion of the player base out there in Raid Shadow Legends. And really, when I say it, I know some of you guys are gonna be like, keep dreaming, Ash, bro, keep dreaming. But I truly feel, even from Plarium's perspective, from a business perspective, that this is what the game needs, or I fear that it will die. And do I think it will die now? No. Do I think it will die in 2023? No. 2024? No.
Immortality.
But after that, I don't know. I don't think they can just keep doing fusions and shard events and a new faction every year. We did get PvP previous to that, or live arena, I should say. Previous to that, we got tag team arena, right? We got a new clan boss, a different version of the old clan boss, right? You know, we're trying to, we got keys and we're trying to get damage, right? Other than that, it's new gear sets, it's a forge pass. Again, none of these things, in my opinion, are awful. You know, I kind of like all this new stuff. I like new champions, I like it all. But it doesn't get my juices flowing, so to speak, right? As a player, you know, especially a player who quit the game, let's be real. A fusion's not going to bring anybody back to Raid Shadow Legends. A fragment summon or a new faction is not going to have new champions. All this stuff, it doesn't lend to the longevity of the game. Thus, the bottom line, or the end of that tunnel for Plarium for Raid Shadow Legends, I feel like it's maybe a couple years away, you know, unless they come up with something super innovative, or they come up with what I'm about to mention, which is, without further ado, you know what, guys? It's this low-hanging fruit. What we really need, and I know, don't roll your eyes too hard, what we need is a way to compete, either as a clan versus clan system, right? Everybody together, evenly matched, even being the key word, with another clan, or I should say, is a way to engage in PvP in this game, get ready for it, on level playing field, on a level playing field, meaning it is a standardized like levels on everything. So I know what you're thinking right now.
Imagination.
But listen, it's one game mode. It's one game mode. You look at all these games. Almost every game that I have played at least has one game mode where it's only strategy. There's nothing in Raid anywhere near that. Let's be honest, guys. There's a little bit of strategy in assembling your team. There's a little bit of, for any particular dungeon or boss, there's a little bit of strategy in PvP. There's some strategy in live arena. But let's be real, man. Like, you can outspend strategy by like 10-to-1 ratio. Let's be real, right? This is coming from somebody who's currently, you know, top 0.1% in terms of live arena rankings right now. But yeah, I spent a lot to get there, to be real with you guys, you know? Same thing with everybody else. If there was one game mode that you could think like, I don't know, like, I know apples and oranges, but like Magic the Gathering, something where everybody enters in the battle. Again, like I said, all the other games that I play, they have at least one mode where you can just face off, right? Now listen, there could be. Everything else in the game can still require money, right? So let's pause. Why would Plarium ever want to do this in a million years, right?
Money.
Number one is, this mode could still cost resources to play, right? You could still pay gems to get more battles or whatever, generate more income somehow from this game to play more of it, right? Think about like in Clash Royale, I don't know if anybody plays that game, but I play it on my other channel, but there's like challenges, grand challenges. They cost a little bit of gems. You go in, everything's standardized. Levels are the same, everything's the same. You could draft champions, whatever it may be. Maybe you have to actually have the champion. Maybe you have to have them to like level 60 and fully ascended in order for them to be eligible. So there could be thresholds, and there could be, of course, tiers as well, right? But the idea here is it's all strategy mode. It's true PvP. Okay, number two is it could have benefits in other areas of the game, right? So you could incentivize players playing this to help them out in other areas of the game. I know that's kind of controversial in some of the Great Hall stuff, but you could obviously tie this into other areas as well to further incentivize people to play. But from Plarium's perspective, player longevity, right? Clash of Clans, Clan Wars came out in like 3 or 4 years into the game's lifespan, around 3.5 years. And it just supercharged the game, right? We found these communities starting to really flourish and develop, these people who really got into this stuff, but there has to be some sort of equal playing field, right? In Clan vs. Clan and Clash of Clans again, it was evenly matched clan wars. Even if there was someone stronger on the other clan than you were simply able to, you know, have someone your same level that you could fight, and it feels like you're carrying your weight on the clan, right? So number one is just player longevity. It keeps people interested in the game, keeps these clans interested, working together, communities engaged, thus spending. They play longer, they spend more over time, right? So that's number one. Number two is, it's really a pressure valve release. Think about it this way, guys. In this game, they keep adding more and more pay-to-win mechanics. every year, you know? And some of them are pretty damn cool too. Like, I'm not trying to be a super hater here. As I said in the beginning, and that's not my intention in the video. Some of these things are super cool, right? But like Soul Stones, look at like Soul Stones and Awakening and stuff like that. Conceptually, it's cool. But practically, it's super pay to win. Super pay to win. Soul Stones cost way more and have way less odds than a shard just simply pulling a champion. Every year, Soul Stones most recently, they release a new dynamic to get our money. But players are, you know, eventually it's fine. But it's boxing players out. Every time I do this, there's players, I hear from hundreds of them in my comments, right? Hundreds of hardcore players, because hardcore players generally are the ones watching YouTube about a video game. So these people are leaving the game. It frustrates them. Just when I felt like I was making progress, I was approaching the end game, they release this whole nother thing, and the only way to do it is to spend a lot of money. You need to release that pressure valve. Give players something, a nod, to say, hey guys, not everything's gonna be ultra pay to win dirty in this game. And they'll actually spend more over time. They won't quit the game.
No.
Massive nod to the majority of the player base, people who actually want to use skill and strategy, right? People will return to the game if there is something like this, a clan versus clan that's evenly matched, or just a standardized level, like you go into a battle and everything's the same, right? It's really important. Doesn't sound like much, but it's very, very important, right? Now, this is the first true skill test in the game. I've had Cirilla on the channel before, Banana Jam on the channel before, and they're like, oh, PvP, arena, where it's the true test of skill. Come on. I love those ladies, by the way, but dude, come on. I have like the biggest internal eye roll ever. It's the true test of who spent more. Come on, man. Live events. Oof. Plarium puts millions of dollars into Call of the Arbiter. They put millions and millions of dollars every month into marketing their game. Think about how cool, I don't want to say esports, but like esportsy type events, right? I want to see the best players, knowing it's all strategy, go head to head. I want to, just like any other game that's not super dirty pay to win, right? I want to see them go head to head, and I want to see the strategies they use. I want to see them making use out of niche champions and really succeeding doing so. I want to see crowd favorites and fan favorites. I want to see the best clans go head to head with only skill on the table. I'm talking live events. My company does this with dozens of game developers, right? Mostly PC, some mobile, you know. We make these awesome events with you guys, the players, not just content. I'm not talking about content creator events. I'm not talking about like, you know, bending over backwards to try to make a cool event in this game. I'm talking about the actual developer and you guys, the players, the best in the world, or maybe just the average Joes competing in real life. And it could be really fun. They don't even have to throw a ton of money at this. We're talking like, you know, pennies in terms of their overall marketing budget allocated to events, live events, major events. Everything would be so freaking cool. And that adds a buzz around again. I've seen it happen dozens of games. PUBG Mobile, Brawl Stars, Clash Royale. I could go on and on. Call of Duty Mobile. I could just keep naming them. All these games with awesome freaking events. It would be so cool. We don't have any of that at all. Plarium has never done an awesome in-person event or online event. Never. Almost every other game that I work with, that I see out there, does. And partially it's because who wants to watch a live event where it's this dude who spent $80,000 versus this dude who spent $110,000? It's not that entertaining. That's why I don't upload Live Arena. I guess a few people care and it's kind of cool to see once, but I think after a few times you're like, okay, cool. Who's Taurus, Marichka, Sify, Rotos can beat the others, Taurus. And then finally, and this is the biggest one for Plarium, Aristocrat, is it will extend the game's life cycle, you know? We've got something really freaking cool on our hands here in this game, in this community. The creators, you guys, the clans, the passion that people have for this game, it's all there.
And me?
We just need to tap into it. And what we can do is, if the life cycle right now is another 2 years, oh gosh, what happened to Coldheart? Whoa, and here I am thinking this is a 100% win rate team, putting it on auto. We still might win, but uh-oh, I didn't see her ever die before on this squad. Anyway, guys, If the life cycle of a player in this game is 6 months, maybe that's being a little bit generous. I'm talking about everybody, including the casuals, right? If we add elements like this to the game, I truly believe we can double that. We can double that just by giving a nod. Ergo, more money in the long run. More money in the long run. It's a long game. It's a long con, Plarium. So anyway, guys, I just had to get that off my chest. I really, part of me feels stupid recording this video, I'm not gonna lie, because are they actually gonna listen to stupid me? You know? Am I just talking to myself or the few of you guys who are still watching 16 minutes into the video? Or is there something here? Can we make a difference? Can we get something really cool in this game? Can we take this game 4 years into 8, into 12, into 16, and make this more than just this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends meme? Can we make it something cooler? I think we can. I think this game has the foundation. They built something really cool here. Now, I feel like let's take a quick pause from the immediate cash grab and go for the long play. Anyway, guys, that's my idea. Thank you for watching all the way till the end, and as always, take care, guys.